Welcome to ASB Sports Stadium in Kilburnie, Wellington for Game 1 of the 2013 ASB Trans Tasman Cup between New Zealand's Futsal Whites and the Australian Futsal Roos. I'm Paul Tui and you're watching OSC's live broadcast on OSC TV. Joining me now, Dave Payne, Football Development Manager for New Zealand Futsal Development Manager, Dave. A big night tonight, Dave.
Yes, it certainly is a big night. It's been a long time coming, bringing this game to the home of futsal, being the ASB Sports Centre in Wellington.
And Dave, looking at the Futsal Whites tonight, the old guard are back and a big challenge ahead over the next week.
It sure is. Yeah, we've been experimenting a lot with the younger players coming through, and obviously they've got their place. It's a big game for us though, this one. We've got the old guard back in. And we've got the Oceania champs following next week, so we need to save some legs for that too.
So 8 games in 9 days, big challenge.
Yeah, 8 games in 9 certainly is a big challenge, but we're up for it. We had a good build up to this campaign. We've been training hard, so yeah, we're confident.
And looking at the lineups tonight, in goal for New Zealand, Atta Elian, Captain Marvin Eakins, number 7, Daniel Burns, number 8, Ty Burham, 14, and Dylan Manicum, number 3. Australia relying on 4 of the players who went to Thailand 2012 for the FIFA Futsal World Cup. Gavin O'Brien in goal, number 12, Greg Giovanelli, number 4, Tobias Sito, number 7, Daniel Fogarty 10 and Dean Lockhart 11.
Ladies and gentlemen, the teams for this evening, representing Australia Futsal Room, number 12, Gavin O'Brien, number 4, Greg Giovanelli, number 7, Tobias Sito, number 10, Daniel Fogarty, number 11, Dean Lockhart, and representing the New Zealand Futsal Whites, number 1, Atta Elian, number 7,
So the second annual Trans Tasman Cup about to get underway. Australia, the victors last year in Auckland, 3-0. New Zealand looking to turn the tables. Australia building towards the AFC Futsal Championship later this year. and both teams with one eye on the OFC Futsal Invitational in Auckland next week. Good crowd in tonight. And just about ready to go for Wellington's first ever Futsal International. Lockhart and Fogarty over the ball, kicking off for Australia. Cito and Giovanelli sitting at the back with O'Brien in goal, number 12. And away we go. The best of a 3-game series. Another game tonight at this time, Saturday night. And then 4 o'clock on Sunday, the third and final game of this 3-match series. As Ty Burham from Hawke's Bay cleans up, away to Dylan Manicum. Marvin Eakins now on the ball, away to Daniel Burns. With Burns going into the pivot position up top. And a strong drive from Eakins. Good start for New Zealand there. So O'Brien restarts. Giovanelli on the ball, centre court. Off to Cito, the star man for Australia in last year's Futsal World Cup. Here's Lockhart on the ball. And a great ball. And a good save there from a Lion. Danger man Fogarty. Nicely worked though with Lockhart. And Australia looking to line up Cito's left foot here for the left-hand side corner. O'Brien calling for patience at the back there as New Zealand get away again with Burns across to skipper Marvin Eakins. Nice work from Ty Burham. Some early signs for New Zealand. Ty Burham recently having returned from a stint in Australia, playing club futsal. Lockhart across to Fogarty. Burns works it to Eakins. And he just pulls it a little bit wide. Switch from Australia now. Adam Cooper coming into the game. Here's Cito now to Fogarty. Eakins with the kick in across to Burns. And blocked by Cooper. Kick in for New Zealand as this crowd starts to build here at the ASB Sports Centre. Out comes Fogarty now. And Zeballos comes in for Australia. Here's Sito, Giovanelli on this near side. Across to Cooper. Nice movement there from Sito. Just trying to work an opening. And away by Manikim. James Vaughan coming in for Ty Burham. Vaughan, another player based in Australia at the moment. Zeballos now to Cooper. Giovanelli. Good work by Manikim. Sito keeps it in. Across to Cooper. Both sides looking potentially at 8 games in the next 9 days with the ASB Futsal Championship Invitational next week in Auckland. It's a big workload for these players. Here's Cooper now. Giovanelli and Sito again on this near side, always a danger. A great run and a terrific finish. Really nicely worked. A terrific run from Tobias Sito from this near side into centre court and the finish. So 5 minutes gone and Australia take the lead. Kareem Osman in now for New Zealand. Osman coming off a terrific season in the ASB Futsal National League for Capital. Always a danger man. Here's Vaughan now across to Eakins. No way through and intercepted. Strong from Giovanelli. Australia come away with it again. With Wade Giovanelli into the game now, replacing Sito. Very animated coach on the sideline, Stephen Knight. He lives every ball. A little bit of a rebuilding exercise for Australia. About over half the squad new to the side, with only 5 players returning from the World Cup campaign last year in Thailand. Here's Vaughan now to Manikim and back to Vaughan. With Wada Ragu returning to the Futsal Whites after an absence of 3 or 4 years. Here's Ragu now, number 4. Good shot, well saved. Vaughan now, number 2, across to Eakins. Here's Ragu again. Mark Symington, number 5, into the game for Australia. Daniel Fulton preparing to come on. Fulton, New Zealand fans will remember, MVP in the inaugural ASB Futsal National League 2 seasons ago for Maccabi. Fulton came out to New Zealand last year for the Trans Tasman Cup. And at the back post, it's Wade Giovanali, 2-0. It's a little bit confused there, New Zealand. They'll want to stem the flow here, 2-0 after just 7 minutes. As Fulton comes into the game, number 3. Here's Kareem Osman to Eakins. And strong defending there from Fulton. Here's Ragu, the Central United football playmaker. And a nice break there from Symington as Australia set up the corner now with Fulton and deep. Greg Giovanelli putting in a long shift here in this opening stanza of the first game. Here's Bakar Al Saudi now, the veteran futsal white, number 16. It's a pensive looking Scott Gilligan, coach of New Zealand. Gilligan, of course, an Australian, former futsal roux. Gilligan as a player and a coach for the futsal roux. As Australia win a free kick on the far side. Musumiki coming into the game for Australia. And well blocked there by James Vaughan. Nice ball by Vaughan. Here's Osman now. And no way through for New Zealand at the moment. Australia on top. Good pressure there from James Vaughan. New Zealand with the kick in. In fact, it's not. Australia come away with it now. Giovanali across to Fulton. Here's Ragu now for New Zealand. Dylan Manikin back into the game, number 3. And a strong run from Symington, but just wide as the Lion gets the futsal whites away again. Here's Manikin now, linking up with Osman. And just a bit tentative there from New Zealand, Ragu. way through for Al Saudi there. And Greg Giovanali takes a well-earned break. Sito back into the game with Symington, number 5, on the ball. Here's Sito now. He's a classy playmaker for the Futsal Roos. Scored 2 goals in the World Cup and was a real standout performer. Australia picking up a terrific victory over Mexico in that tournament, 3-1. Didn't qualify for the second round, lost 9-1 to Italy and 7-1 to Argentina. But all in all, I think a successful campaign for Stephen Knight and his men, as Fulton comes away with it now. Eddie Alkaya on for Futsal Roos as well, number 6. Just a bit rushed there, New Zealand. Kareem Osman giving possession away. Futsal Roos very deep now with 2 at the back. The flick from Sito runs out over this near sideline as New Zealand get ready to inject Miro Major into the game. Daniel Burns is back in, number 8. And Lucas Silva, number 10, in for the first time. Good work again by Fulton. And Burns does well to get a foot in there, but it's like a free kick for back pass, is it? Australia over the ball anyway, and New Zealand just under the cosh a little bit with 8 minutes 32 left on the clock. Australia leading by 2-0. And danger man Sito over the ball. What can he conjure up for the Futsal Roos?
Going off the defender, Tony.
Just a bit hesitant from the Australians there. Missed opportunity as Fulton lines up the kick in. And once again, nicely worked there. Sito and Fulton. Stephen Knight imploring his team to press high on the New Zealanders there. Not enjoying this pressure from the Australian front men. And a good save there, but again, Australia just cutting New Zealand to bits. Good turn, and Alpkaya wins the free kick. Here's Sito now centre court into Fulton. And well defended by Daniel Burns. Well struck by Sito and tipped over the bar by a Lion. And a corner kick on this left-hand side. Australia looking to line up a left footer for a strike. No, across the face of the goal. And the danger over for now for the Futsal Whites. Miro Major into the game. 2 years ago, New Zealand's Player of the Year. He didn't feature on the recent tour to Tahiti, but Coach Scott Gilligan looking for some experience in what will be a grueling week for his side. Here's Lucas Silva now, working it onto his trusty left peg. Strong challenge by Musa Miki. Well cleaned up by Australia. Sito now, the metronome, across to Fulton. Sitting nice and deep, plenty of time. Strong pivot work there by Alpkaya. The lively Fogarty back into the game, and Giovanelli as well. It's a great run. And nearly number 3. Manikim did well to get back, but once again Australia just making life very difficult for this Futsal White side in front of a big home crowd here in Wellington. Here's Silva, a local player. Dean Lockhart back into the game. Australia back with the starting lineup. And an opportunity there for Burns, but easy for O'Brien now. Marvin Eakins, skipper, back into the game for New Zealand. New Zealand just trapped in their own half at the moment. Australia putting good pressure on. Lockhart. Giovanelli, Sito, Lockhart again. And here's Sito, just so dangerous on this left-hand side. But a poor ball, and it's back with New Zealand. It's a nice turn from Manikim, and he wins a free kick. He did well there. Manikim looking to recapture the form of a couple of seasons ago. He was the runaway Golden Boot winner in the National League. It was lean pickings for him this year. Injury, and wasn't really in top form. But just a sign there with that turn and winning that free kick. As Major looks to set up Eakins. No real penetration there for New Zealand as we go to a timeout. Australia well on top at the moment with 4 minutes 54 left on the clock, leading by 2-0. Game 1 of the 2013 ASB Trans Tasman Cup, ASB Sports Stadium in Kilburnie, Wellington. Scott Gilligan now just imploring his troops. It's a bit of frustration for Gilligan there. They were targeting this game. Australia travelled from home today. They arrived in New Zealand around 3 o'clock, so I think they felt today was a good chance to catch the Futsalroos on the back foot, but it hasn't worked out that way. Australia on top, and what can Gilligan conjure up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the team. The team is the Futsal Warriors and the Futsal Whites.
O'Brien out to Sito. There's Lockhart now on the ball. Australia just controlling the tempo here. Sito Fogarty with a nice run, but couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. Wins the kick in though. Across to Lockhart. Ty Burham back into the game for New Zealand. And a real mistake from Giovanelli. New Zealand with just 4 minutes to try and get on the scoreboard in this half. Here's Mira Major now. Rolls it into Eakins. Sito robbed by Burham. And Major's shot didn't really trouble O'Brien. He'll be disappointed with that. Here's Eakins now. Nice work by Major and Eakins there, but again, O'Brien equal to the task. Adam Cooper comes back in for the Futsalroos. And Major goes down. Nasty for the veteran Miro Major. Jakob Sincora coming in for the first time tonight for the Futsal Whites. Sincora, another player, he wasn't in Tahiti, recalled for this series. Futsal Whites protesting that free kick awarded against Burns. 3 fouls against New Zealand in this half now, 1 against Australia, as Sito lines it up again. He's got Cooper placed nicely and Giovanelli. Fogarty on the back post. Danger over for New Zealand as Elian gets Burham away. Here's Sincora now on this near side. Cooper across to Sito now with just 2 minutes 34 left on the clock. Here's Fogarty, back to Sito. Cut out by Sincora. Here's Eakins to Burns. And a counter-attack now from Australia with Sito down the far side. Ty Burham does well. As Cooper now centre court rolls it over to Fogarty, who loses out to Eakins. Can he get the shot in? Sito back to prevent any further damage. It's a corner to New Zealand. It's a nice little period for New Zealand. Wade Giovanelli back into the game. Two Giovanellis sitting at the back of the court for Australia. Cooper on this near side with now Fogarty. Given away again, Manicum, Eakins, Burns. And just the momentum loss there. Counter-attack now with Cooper. Parried away by Atara-Lion. And a strong drive by Cooper away for another corner for the Futsal Roos. Here's Manicum now. Wins another free kick for New Zealand. Cooper gets away with just a talking to. Eakins over the ball now with just 1 minute 26 left on the clock in the first half. Here's Sincora to Manicum. Manicum just shepherded into the corner by Wade Giovanelli. Here's Fulton trying to turn. Eakins trying the first time shot. And a kick in on the near side for Sincora. Cooper now. Greg Giovanelli. Good run by Cooper. Just looking to pick out Fogarty at that back post, but away by a Lion. Another corner for Australia. 42 seconds on the clock. Australia leading by 2-0. Nice strike there from the Australian skipper, just over the top. Big run from Burns. The line goes long. Cooper now just winding down the clock, the Futsal Roos. It's Fogarty to Greg Giovanelli. A little flick by Cooper, picks out Wade Giovanelli. Eakins has it back. And time for one last challenge. Just wide as we head into half-time here in Game 1 of the 2013 ASB Trans Tasman Cup. Futsal Roos 2, New Zealand 0. And we'll be back shortly with the second half. Welcome to ASB Sports Stadium, back live for the second half of Game 1 of the 2013 ASB Trans Tasman Cup between New Zealand and Australia. Australia on top here in Wellington, leading 2-0 at the break. Goals from Tobias Sito and Wade Giovanali. As we get ready to go, New Zealand with Mickey Malabuk, Lucas Silva, James Vaughan and Wada Ragood in goal, Atara Lion. Australia with Chris Zebalos, Daniel Fogarty, Tobias Sito, Mark Symington and Gavin O'Brien in goal.
Let's hear it once more for the Futsal News and the Futsal Lights.
With Vaughan and Ragood over the ball. Referee Chris Sinclair getting ready to blow. Malabuk making his first appearance on the court in this game, number 15. Here's Ragood. Nice little chip into Silva. Away by a Lion. Just a little nervous there from James Vaughan. Here's Fogarty now. Sito back to Fogarty. And Symington winning the kick in. Vaughan's ball for the Futsal Whites. Lucas Silva. New Zealand just not finding their rhythm yet. Australia after a long journey today. Just looking to maintain that tempo. As a Lion rolls it out to Vaughan. Here's Malabuk. Silva now. And first foul of the second half against New Zealand. Zebalos over the ball. Fogarty to Sito. Malabuk on the counter-attack, looking to link up either side, but shoots instead. Silva and Vaughan had got themselves either side of Malabuk. Fogarty to Sito. Good block by Malabuk. Silva looking to work it onto his trusty left foot. And a flick. Fogarty cleans up as Sito drives forward in centre court. And a good block from Vaughan there. And in fact wins the kick in for the Futsal Whites. Here's Ragood now. Nicely angled ball. Great run to the far side there from Silva as Fogarty tries to work an opening, but nice work there, encouraging for New Zealand. Easy for O'Brien as Cooper comes into the game, number 2. Great 1-2 there, Fogarty and Sito. Game 2 tomorrow night, 8:15. And game 3, 4 o'clock on Sunday. With both sides heading to the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational starting Tuesday. New Zealand up against Solomon Islands. 8 o'clock in the main game of the day. It's a nice ball from Sito. A line comes out and Fogarty goes down. He's a pretty hardy customer though. He gets up and I'm sure he'll carry on as Cooper is over the ball now with the kick in. Sito. Zeballos, Cooper, and once again Sito. As Fogarty rotates around to this near side. It's a great ball. Cooper into Zeballos, who got it onto his left foot and just wide. Nice little period for New Zealand though, with Eakins now, Manikim, Burham and Burns back into the game. Just switching the whole quartet here. Wade Giovanelli, one of the goal scorers into the game, number 14. Musamiki, number 8, also on the ball now for Australia. Here's Sito. Wade Giovanelli. Cooper on the far side. Straight to a line. Can he launch a quick counter-attack off the shoulder of Manikim? And it's back with O'Brien. Australia away again now. Good pressure from Ty Burham. Here's Manikim trying to work the shot and winning the free kick. Good work there though by Ty Burham. He hasn't had a lot of court time, but he's looked good tonight, the number 14 for New Zealand. With Marvin Eakins over the ball, what a confidence booster a goal would be at this stage for New Zealand with 4.5 minutes gone in the second half. Australia counter-attacking now. Musamiki high into the rafters here at ASB Sports Centre. Eakins now. Manikim. And the block by Cooper. Burns very high up the court. And he's free on the left if Manikim can find him. Nicely cleaned up by Wade Giovanelli. Musamiki clearing for the Futsal Roos. Here's Ty Burham again. Off Sito, so New Zealand will keep possession. Joining me again, Dave Payne, New Zealand Football Futsal Development Manager. Dave, it was a tough first half. New Zealand made a bright start, but some good signs early in the second half.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, 2-0 obviously wasn't the score we wanted to go into second half, but I actually thought the guys towards the end of the second half started coming back and they fought hard. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens now.
And happy with the crowd tonight, Dave?
Yeah, we've got over 700 people, so yeah, we're happy with that. That's a good crowd.
It's good, and tomorrow, same time, we're back here, and hopefully another big crowd. But of course, a big day of futsal here with for the kids.
Yeah, so we've got the obviously the ASB Junior Festival and Youth Championships on at the moment. So 42 teams. 42 teams have selected from the regions. So yeah, it's certainly a big day. We'll be back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to set up, and the kids will be back from 8. So 160 games of futsal in 3 days, and 3 internationals.
So, and same again on Sunday. What, 4 o'clock kickoff for the final game in this series?
Yeah, it'll be a 4 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. Half time we'll be doing all the prize giving. So yeah, pretty special day.
And for the Futsal Whites, they head obviously to Auckland for the OFC Invitational Championship starting on Tuesday. The guys head up on Sunday.
Yeah, so basically after that last game on Sunday, they'll be off to the airport, get a bit of a feed with the Australian team, and they'll be heading off to Auckland on a 9:10 flight.
And another big one on Tuesday night, Solomon Islands, the current kings, I guess you could say, of Oceania.
Yeah, they certainly are. But the guys actually are almost desperate to play the Solomon Islands. They, yeah, last time they played them, they went into the Oceania Champs. I think it was their first game in the Oceania Champs, and they were leading at half time, New Zealand. So, yeah, they're quite hungry to get a game against the Solomons.
Yes, I remember that game well. Mickey Malavuk, a nice hat trick.
That's right.
And following that, next up on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, Malaysia. What do we know about Malaysia, Dave?
Oh, Malaysia's one of them sides that are heavily investing into the development of the game. So, I mean, it's actually exciting to see Malaysia as they develop, because they are someone that's invested in long term. You can see by their program, not only what they're doing at international level, but what they're doing at grassroots level in Malaysia through schools, etc. They're in it for the long haul. So, I mean, I think currently at the moment they're not by any means the best team in Asia, but I actually fancy our chances against them. I think it'll be a good game.
And Malaysia have come off quite a long tour. They've been in Spain, I think 9 games. And they had a quadrangular series with England, Poland and the United States. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So that was a little 4-Nation Cup. In fact, actually, we were invited to that, but the funds weren't quite there this time round. But we look to go to one of them maybe in England at some point in the future.
And the next game after that is Thursday, New Caledonia. Last time, I think it was a tired New Zealand that played New Caledonia in 2011 in the final game. So that's one you'll be targeting definitely, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the last time we played New Caledonia, I think it was 2-1, wasn't it, to New Caledonia? And that was a result, yeah, to be honest, it didn't reflect the game, and the guys weren't very happy with their performance at all. And it was one of them games, I think, if they replayed in their head over and over again, if they could have just played again and made the difference. So they're very, very much looking forward to playing New Caledonia indeed.
And what can you tell us about the New Zealand Invitational side, Dave, that's taking part? Must be good from a development point of view to have 2 sides from New Zealand in this tournament.
Well, the invitational side, or we're actually calling it in camp the reserve side, is basically the next 12 players down from our first team. So currently we've got 30 players in the group that are training together. That's a great shot there from Wada. So 30 players in the group, and this is our best 24 players. So you're going to get to see the second best team that New Zealand has to offer.
That's great, and New Zealand just having a good spell here, Dave. A goal from them and it's all on.
Definitely, and I think we're going to get one. I mean, we're really pushing hard now. The guys, you can see the guys over on the bench there, they're desperate to get a goal back in. They want to win this, they're hungry.
There's certainly no shortage of enthusiasm on the bench there.
No, look, this is a really tight-knit unit, I must say that as well. We've been working really hard on a reasonably tight budget. The guys have, bonded very, very well. And yeah, they want to win this. They're hungry.
It must be difficult because the side can only get together for short periods of time, once a month and that type of thing, and with Scott coming across from Australia, perhaps don't enjoy the luxury of some of the Oceania sides who get to work together on a daily basis.
Yeah, well, that is our issue. Obviously, maybe one difference between New Zealand and some of the Oceanian countries, not all of them, is that the Solomons, for example, do have the luxury of being in camp and training and playing with each other every day of the week, non-stop. Whereas, our guys, jobs, commitments, etc., that mean they can't spend long periods of time together. It makes it hard, so you just got to make sure when they are together what we do is quality and what they do outside of camp is quality as well. It's Giovanelli about to take the free kick. This player, I watched this guy at the World Cup. He's something special. Right.
And Wade is his brother, one of the scorers tonight.
Exactly, so yeah, they're both here. So the last international game, I believe it was the last game they played. Was it Mexico the last game they played at the World Cup?
Argentina,
Argentina.
I could be wrong. I think it was Argentina, the 7-1 loss, but Mexico they won 3-1, and earlier that tough match they had against the Italians I think was 9-1.
So I think, look, beating a Central American side, Mexico, who are definitely not newcomers to futsal, just at the World Cup, just goes to show this Australian team, they are a quality side, 27th in the world.
Yeah, and plenty of depth there, I would imagine.
Oh, I can tell you now, obviously they've got these 14 players here with them now, but there's definitely another 14 players that will be chomping at the bit to be taking their place. Australia's full of talent.
So Australia at the moment, most of these players would be taking part in the F League, Dave. Has that got some time left to run? They've had 3 series so far, the F League?
Yeah, there's 2 more series I believe to go yet in the F League. It's a quality competition they've got over there. In fact, they've also got A-League franchise Melbourne Heart playing that, so it's good to see that the big football franchises getting involved as well.
It's a nice concept, the F League. I wonder where they got the idea from.
Well, they actually stole that from us. So when we started the National League, we realised that funds being a new game, we can't expect miracles overnight. So we run the National League over 3 series, over 3 weekends, where you play your home and away games just over 3 weekends instead of 15 fixtures. You pack it into three weekends of fun, action-packed futsal.
And thinking of the New Zealand ASB Futsal National League, a couple of players on court now who featured in that first league. We've got Fulton and is that Dean Lockhart over there, number 11 from Maccabi. Well, they were at Maccabi a couple of seasons ago.
That's right. The first year we did it, we had Maccabi Akoa come over, actually coached by Stephen Knight, who's the Australian coach now. And Daniel Fulton, I believe he got MVP, didn't he?
That's right, Fulton, and looking to press his claims for a permanent place in this Australian side. He didn't make it to the World Cup, but he came to that initial Trans Tasman Cup. Dave, that Trans Tasman Cup concept, you must be really happy with that, and it's going to be an annual thing?
Yeah, this is it for now. We'll be doing this all the time, the Trans Tasman Cup, every year. Obviously put it in with the junior and youth nationals, so we can show that whole pathway of development. That's fantastic. But it's a good concept where you're looking at futsal. It is a new sport, or new to these countries anyway, and to be able to get 3 internationals in the most economical way possible by running 3 games over 3 nights. So yeah, it works well.
And for the hungry futsal audience of Wellington, traditionally it's been a real power base for futsal. Well, at least for the last 3 or 4 years, they must be delighted, some of these people, to have an international on their home court.
Oh, they're very happy about it. Wellington, dare I say, it was maybe the rebirth of futsal, where we actually there's a group of keen people that got it going again, along with some keen enthusiasts in Hawke's Bay and East Auckland, to get New Zealand football to take notice of the beautiful little game. And look, the guys it's great to get it back on their what they would see as our home court.
Well, thanks, Dave, and we'll chat to you again throughout the series. But best of luck for tonight. Futsal-wise, looking pretty good at the moment.
They're looking good. Let's just hope we can get a goal.
Thanks, Dave. That's Dave Payne, New Zealand Football Futsal Development Manager, as we see Kareem Osman just trying a flick to Dylan Manicum. Jakob Sincora on court now, number 9, and Lucas Silva. Australia with Greg Giovanelli on the ball. Here's Fulton trying to turn Osman. Musamiki, number 8 on the court. And plenty of court time tonight for number 10, Daniel Fogarty, who's looked a real live wire. Well defended there by New Zealand. A lion now into Sincora as James Vaughan re-enters the fray. Unfortunate there for Sincora. Just took his eye off the ball. O'Brien now. Musameki. And the influential skipper for Australia, Giovanelli, as Vaughan fights hard to win it. Rolls it into Sincora. Nice angled ball across to Osman. Can he get round the outside of Giovanelli? But Australian skipper wins the kick in. Fogarty now. Another campaigner from the World Cup for Australia last year in Thailand. Fulton, good ball into Giovanelli. Osman gets low. Giovanelli back inside to Fulton. Fulton to Fogarty. Oh, beautifully worked there and a terrific finish. Futsal Whites just unpicked there by some terrific movement from the Futsal Roos. And Fogarty on hand to apply the finishing touch. He takes a break. Eddie Alpkaya back in for Australia, who lead now by 3-0 with just over 8.5 minutes left on the clock. Vaughan under pressure from Alpkaya. What can New Zealand salvage tonight? Here's Sincora, good run from Silva. Ragood across to Vaughan. Australia defending well and looking to counter. Again, good pressure from Australia. And easy for Fulton now as he rolls it back into O'Brien. Australia set up and go again. Well controlled here by Australia. Nice run by Fulton. Can he work the shot? Toe poke. Just wide. New Zealand calling the timeout with 7 minutes 17 left on the clock. Australia on top here in Wellington, leading by 3-0. Tobias Sito, Wade Giovanelli, and Daniel Fogarty, the scorers for Australia. Bit of encouragement in the second half for New Zealand, though. They've come out a bit brighter and have managed to create a little bit, but just unpicked before by a terrific bit of work from Australia. So really under the cosh now at 3-0, but if they can salvage something, a late goal perhaps, they can take something into tomorrow night. Scott Gilligan looking to rally the troops, but it's a pretty relaxed Stephen Knight. Just wanting to shut the door on this one. I think he'd be pretty happy with a 3-0 after having travelled from Australia today. A long journey. Zeballos in for Australia now. Alpkaya. Musamiki and Giovanelli. Australia looking to put pressure just in this final stanza. Here's James Vaughan. Eakins to Wataragu. Vaughan. Australia on the counter. Vaughan gets back well and cuts off the options. Musamiki on the far side. Zeballos. Knight looking for more movement from his players. Just driving them into this last 6 minutes. Cooper looking ready to come back on. Alpkaya takes a break. Adam Cooper back in, number 2. That's him on the ball now. Good pressure from James Vaughan, forcing the error. Here's Eakins centre court, lining up the shot. Just over the top. Cooper and Giovanelli. Great work by Zeballos. Eakins away. And a great challenge by Giovanelli. Eakins again. Ragu's free. Can he line up the shot? Important block by Zeballos. Vaughan over the ball now as Silva enters the D, and away by Giovanelli. Just over 5.5 left on the clock. Ragood, Silva take a break. Miro Major's back in. So's Mickey Malavuk. Off Cooper for a kick in for New Zealand. New Zealand running out of time to conjure something up. Here's Malavuk. A good run by Malavuk. Links up with Miro Major. Eakins now. New Zealand rescue it back. Here's Marvin Eakins again. Good footwork from the keeper. And nicely done by Musamuki Sito back into the game. New Zealand won't get much change out of him. And Musamiki winning the free kick there. 3 fouls each now as we head towards the final few minutes. Here's Cooper. Off the upright, good strike. Lovely turn by Malavuk. Just a little feint and away he went. Opened his body out nicely. Here's Sito now. So comfortable. Just waiting for the run on this near side from Cooper. Picks him out nicely. And back on the ball again. Terrific technician, the number 7. Here he is now directing traffic. Across to Wade Giovanelli. Nice from Australia here. And winning the 4th free kick of this half. 4 minutes, 1 second left on the clock. Cooper, Sito, Cooper again. And Cooper again trying his luck from wide out on the left, but over the top. Good defending by Sito. New Zealand have it. Eakins well placed here to receive the ball. And drives it wide. Just restricted to shooting from distance at the moment, New Zealand. Another nice ball from Sito. Oh, unlucky as Cooper hits the crossbar this time, but beautifully picked out by Wade Giovanelli. Some classy passing from the Futsal Roos. Well on top here at 3-0. Wade Giovanelli heading to the back stick at the request of Stephen Knight. So here's the corner with Cooper lining up the shot to the back post. Wade Giovanelli's there. But to the wrong foot. Couldn't get his shot away. And a nice long ball with the deflected header from Wade Giovanelli, just wide. Lucas Silva's back in, giving Vaughan a break. What a Ragu's here now, and Daniel Burns back on as Ragu goes to ground. Corner now for New Zealand, maybe this time for Australia with Cooper lining up the shot perhaps. Zevalos in the D, but the volley over the top from Sito, not his best work. Symington back in now. He's done all right tonight, Symington. Hasn't had a lot of time on court. As Silva brings it down, but Zebalos with the shot. Two minutes 22 left now. Game 1 of the 2013 ASB Trans Tasman Cup. Futsal Roos in charge, 3-0. Silva to Ragu. And he couldn't pick out Silva as Fulton re-enters. Here's Dylan Manicum now, blocked by Fulton. Stephen Knight calling for the timeout with 1 minute 47 left on the clock. Australia 3, New Zealand 0 in Wellington. A few positives for New Zealand in the second half though. They look fairly buoyant on the bench. Scott Gilligan just calling for one last effort. I think if they can score, there'll be plenty for them to be encouraged by going into tomorrow night. But for the Australians, the end of a long day, 1 minute and 47 seconds away from a break after travelling over from Australia today. And there'll be some tired heads that hit the pillow tonight. So here we go with the last little period. Fulton, Wade Giovanelli, Dean Lockhart, Mark Symington on for the Australians, Manikim, Ragud, Burns and Silver for the Futsal Whites. And a change of keeper for the Futsal Roos for the last minute or so. Here's Symington now. Burns to Manikim, brings it down well, turns nicely, but no way through. Fulton's been strong in the challenge tonight. Here's Lockhart into Fulton. Gets away from Silver, turns inside Burns, but Silver cleans up and wins a free kick. It's 4 fouls each now. Minute 24 on the clock. Manikim wants it. Ragu's in the pivot position. Close there, but Australia away again. Here's Symington. Fulton winning a 5th free kick for Australia. Lockhart. Manikim now. Taking it around Giovanelli. Here's Burns. To Manikim, stands on the ball, but an opening for Silver. Wins a corner with 35 seconds left on the clock. Manikim, across to Silver, so close, off the crossbar, down on the line. Shades of Jeff Hurst there. I don't think it was over the line either in this case either. But it would have been a nice consolation for New Zealand with just 18 seconds left as Manikim. Good run. And again Fulton. Very strong. He's got through a bit of work when he's been on the court. One last chance for New Zealand, 10 seconds on the clock. Here's Ragu. Manikim. And again Fulton, he's got a chance to counter. And there it is, Australia victorious in Game 1 of the ASB Trans Tasman Cup 2013 here in Wellington. 3-0. Cito, Wade Giovanelli and Fogarty the scorers for the Australians. Joining me now, Scott Gilligan, coach of the Futsal Whites. Scott, not the result you'd be looking for, but plenty of positives in that second half?
I think the whole game was positive for us. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think we started the first 5 minutes, I thought we were on top. We copped a goal from not following a runner, and then we copped a silly goal from a corner where we didn't mark up. I thought the second half, we sort of matched them again, but we copped a goal that, I suppose it was probably a decent goal, but even saying that, I thought we had more chances in the second half than they did, especially the latter half. Their keeper was just too good tonight, I'll be honest. Once they made the change, I thought we had one. Obviously it went past the post, but that was unlucky. But if you compare tonight's game to the 3 games we played last series, I think chalk and cheese, mate. I think they've improved a lot. And all credit to the players, don't get me wrong, I mean, we don't get together often enough, I'll be honest, but I'm impressed with what they did tonight.
And a big workload for the players this week, Scott. Is that hard to manage?
Well, that's why we've got 18 players with this Trans Tasman. I'll change 4 of these. Another 4 will come in. Definitely having only a game break or a day break between this and the OSC is not ideal, but you've got to live with what you got. And I think the boys, as I said, tonight played well. We'll change 4 of them to tomorrow night. Hopefully we can play the same as we did tonight. And I think I thought we deserved the goal tonight. We were a bit unlucky. We hit the crossbar at the end there, and mind you, they did the same midway through that half. But as I said, all credit to the boys. I think they've done well.
Well, we'll see you back here tomorrow night, Scott. Have a good break and best wishes for games 2 and 3.
Thanks, mate. We really appreciate it. I hope we have a bit of luck and we'll get a couple of goals. We'll see what happens. Huh? Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Scott. So that wraps things up tonight. Game 1 of the ASB Trans Tasman Cup. Australia victorious 3-0 over New Zealand. We'll see you back here tomorrow night on OSC TV for Game 2, kicking off at 8:15. Thanks for watching and have a good evening.